Today I'm going to show you how you can collect business cards using your iPad, and I'm also going to show you the brand new Earbuds by Apple.
This episode brought to you by Zag.
Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad aplay. Today we're in the business area and we're showing you a way to collect some business cards because everybody collects business cards. It's just a question of what you do with it and how you get it into your system quick and easy. And I've got an app here. First of all, I want to let you know the Twitter handle is iPad365. The email address is iPad365show@gmail.com. Please come over there. I did get an interesting call earlier this last week. Somebody was asking for an alternative to Sketch that actually can put in arrows and stuff like that. So I'm still looking, but I haven't forgotten about you. So, of course, if you know of a good app that you use, please let me know by twittering me at iPad365. She called the hotline at 608-205-4378, and you can do so too. All right, today what we're going to talk about is your business cards. And I was just in San Francisco. Actually, I was in San Francisco for 2 whole weeks out of the last month. And I'm telling you, it's kind of good to be back home, but there's so much business I can do in San Francisco. It is crazy. So, but the one thing that I noticed is I got a lot of business cards. In fact, I got a pile of business cards. I always get piles of business cards when I go to CES, when I go to South by Southwest, when I've gone to VMworld, or this last week at TechCrunch Disrupt. Those business cards are gold to me because I get connections, and you never know, especially with TechCrunch Disrupt, you never know when the next big business comes from that. So got a lot of great businesses, a lot of great products, and so I wanted to make sure that I had the business cards, and I didn't want to carry them with me because they are gold. I didn't want to keep them in my pocket and take them out for the TSA agents and so on and so forth. I put them in a bag, but before I did, I used this program right here. It's called WorldCardHD, and what it is it lets you scan in your business card and, of course, use the OCR technology to read the card and get the information. I'm going to show you how it works. Very, very straightforward. We're going to start with my business card, which technically isn't the best business card to have for a scannable business card because it's got a gradient in it and that crosses over the text. Although with the text, I made sure that I put a white border around it so it would pop out a little bit better. These business cards are getting pretty much retired. I'm gonna create some new business cards with the new logo in them. But this is basically how this works. I set this down, and of course I grab my iPad and I move it over to where the business card is. I'll hit the plus button, and I'll say I can create a new contact straight up. I can create a contact from an album on our iPad contacts, but we're gonna do it from the camera. So we're gonna call up the camera, as you can see, and we're gonna find the business card here. And once we find the business card, it's gonna focus in. And then once it's ready to go, I can press this little button, this little hand button, to make sure that it takes a good picture. It knows that I'm jiggling the camera a little bit. But if I like it, yes. If I want to redo it, I can hit the button, and there we go. We're going to redo it. There we go. And now I'm just going to take the straight up picture. Now, down on the bottom, you'll have a couple options. We have this plus button, which we can press, and of course it goes right back to the camera. I'm going to cancel that and redo that again. Or we have the recognize button. So now I'm going to take the picture one more time, and now I'm going to hit recognize. Now it's going to ask me which language do you want me to recognize in. So of course I'm going to say English. If you're French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, many different Japanese, Chinese, Korean. Those are the main languages. I'm going to choose English because, of course, the card's in English. And what it does is it does the OCR recognition, and it finds my name. Now, it had some problems. Like I said, I was expecting it because of the fact that I have the gradient passing through my text. It has a harder time to recognize it, and that's any OCR scan that you do with a business card or any document for that matter. So I'm going to have to make some edits here. So I'm going to start by going to the edit. As you noticed, it actually messed up on my name, so I'm going to change my name back to Jeffrey Powers. And of course, the online edits just happen like that. I can put in the company information. I didn't get that, so Geekazine. And of course, if your text is more of an image, then it will not pick up on a lot of the stuff. So the idea of having a more clean-cut card is more important because people scan these cards in and they just want to go from card to card to card. I know I did. So a cleaner card, white background with black print is the best way to do that. The other thing is, if you have, this is just a regular portrait style card. If you have one that's landscape, you want to turn it, and then when you turn it, you'll OCR it, and then it'll recognize it. You can also fix the card to make it look a little bit better. Add a back side if there's like print on the back and the front. All my contact information is in here. These are all the cards that I got at TechCrunch Disrupt. You know, now here I've got a set of contacts in here. I can favor some of them, and I can put them into the favorites. That way, if I call Joe Schmo all the time, he's in there. And it also, with a map, it tells you the location that you are. I can even sync this to my iCloud. I can sync this to a Dropbox, which is also very, very cool. I can check all the LinkedIn. There's quick information right there, or I can just scroll from there. And of course, the business cards can get tossed away. Simple as that. It's called WorldCardHD. It's not free. This is $14.99 for this app here. There's a few other card scanners out there, so check it out. Check out some of the other card scanners. Let me know what you think and if you like this program a lot. And of course, this is what I'm using to scan in my business cards. WorldCard HD. Of course, if you have your iPad, if you have an iPhone, if you have a Samsung or any type of tablet or smartphone out there, Android, iPad, it doesn't really matter. Zag makes a case for it. Zag gets you a cover for it, the invisible shield so you don't scratch your front surface. And of course, it helps if you drop it. I actually dropped my iPad while I was in San Francisco. I was walking to the train station. Apparently my backpack zipped open and the iPad came flying out. It hit the bottom corner, and in fact, you can probably see it. I think it's this corner right here. The Zag case took the impact. There's no dents, there's no damage to my iPad, and I could keep going. So you have a great way to keep your investment protected. Plus, you have all these other great things like the Zag Spark, which is the ability to actually charge your iPad when you can't get to a plug. These are some great ways to get to Zag. And how do you get to Zag? You can go over to their website, but if you go over to geekazine.com/Zag, that's geekazine.com/ZAGG, that of course will help iPad 365. If you use the code GEEKAZINE at checkout of 3 items or less, you can get 20% off. You can't do it on a keyboard like the Folio, but if you do get the Zag Spark, which is $99.99, you use that code GEEKAZINE, it's $79.99. So you're saving yourself 20%, and that's pretty cool. So check it out. Go over to geekazine.com/Zag for all these great deals. All right, let's change gears a little bit. Of course, over the weekend, I bought myself the iPhone 5. This is what I'm calling the iPhone 5.75 because technically this is the 6th generation iPhone. So this is it right here. I've actually bought a really nice case for it. But I also got the earbuds with it. And of course, they've changed. That was one of the big changes that they had was the iPhone earbuds, which of course you can purchase at the Apple Store. I wanted to show these off because this will be just as important for an iPad as it is for an iPhone, of course. So I call them the eggshell design earpads and earphones, and what they're calling earbuds. And they've got a special design. As you can see, there's in the picture you'll see the screen where the speakers are in the front, and then on the side there's actually another speaker there. Now basically this fits into your ear like this, with the little speaker bud part going towards the outside of the ear. So this is the right earpiece. I'm going to fit that in and work it in just a touch, and of course I can do it with the left earpiece. I went around the block to hear how it sounds. It does take out a little bit of ambient sound, but it leaves a lot in. So of course if cars pass by, you're hearing that. If somebody honks a horn, you're hearing that. Now if you want complete deadening sound, you're going to have to get yourself another set of earbuds that can do this. But this does a pretty good job. And the other cool thing is it does a lot better job with the sound on the iPad and the iPhone for that matter. I actually use my old earbuds and the new earbuds to feel the difference. The biggest difference is I didn't feel like these earbuds were falling out of my head. Now, ears are different sizes, so some of you might love it, some of you might hate it. The one thing that I hate about these earbuds is after a while, I just got to take them out of my ear and you kind of scratch the ear, because it irritates just a little bit for me. But then I put it back in and go from there. A lot of earbuds do that same thing for me, so that's not going to change too much, whether it be this pair or the Monster pair I have, or any other pair out there. So these are pretty cool. They fit. I like the fact that they fit in my ears, but once again, your ears might be a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger, so they might be really awkward in your ears. But they do fit into my ears pretty well, and this egg teardrop shape really gets in there so I can actually hear the music, which I'm really impressed on. So, and of course it fits, it's the regular full 4-pole plug, just like you would get with the Apple, the iPhone. You can plug it right into the iPad. You can now use the Siri feature that iOS 6 is got in here, and of course you can use this for Skype or anything like that. Check them out. They're now in the Apple Store. You can get them out there. Check out the price and get yourself a new set of headphones. All right, that's the episode for today. My name is Jeffrey Powers. What did you think of the headphones? What did you think of WorldCardHD? Let me know. You can contact me by going over to Twitter, iPad365. Of course, the email is ipad365show@gmail.com. Go over to the website, ipad-365.com, and get everything there. And of course, you can check it out on YouTube as well, over at youtube.com/geekazine. All right, we will be back on Wednesday when it will be another episode of iPad 365. I will have another iPad app to show you, and I hope to see you very soon. And until then, you guys geek out and take care.
You should follow Graphite on Twitter @GraphiteINC.